The following podcast contains subject matter that may be unsuitable for more sensible viewers. Views expressed here do not reflect that of any community that you would want to be a part of. Listener discretion is mandatory. Mama, what does trans mean?
No! Hello, and welcome to tonight's episode of Tranifesto. I'm your host, Madeline Hops. As you know, it has been the golden standard of all of us here on the show to bring you the finest media content made by queers for queers. However, despite our best intentions, we have been made aware that those who aren't of such high pedigree have started to listen to our show. For those people, we are unsure of what brought you here or what allure we hold for you, but you have felt emboldened to bring to our attention that there are certain terms of description that you have no idea what it is the fuck we are talking about. It is with that in mind we have decided to produce this small, ongoing segment that should hopefully clarify terminologies commonly used to describe or dunk in this show. So without further ado, may we present to you Transplaining with actresses Rianovich and Amelia. Chapter 1. Egg. Definition. A cisgender person who is in denial about their trans identity. Now let's see how this might be used in a modern day conversation during, say, afternoon tea.
I dare say, Duchess Rianovich, I must know, how is your courtship with young Lord Sharpino coming along? Has he wooed you with his vast knowledge of things factual?
Alas, Baroness Amelia, I dare say that upon breaking my dick off in that poor man's ass, he confessed his feelings of disgust towards his masculine form, and longing for stature most feminine. A egg of the truest intent, I must say.
Ah, it appears that egg doth hatcheth into a chick.
Ha 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 ha.
Chapter 2. Cishet. Definition. An individual who possesses no feelings of homosexuality, whose gender matches that which they were assigned at birth, and whom still doesn't understand the importance of brunch, you uncultured troglodytes.
Good heavens, Amelia, what is that ruckus in the background?
It appears the cishets are throwing a fit about not being able to dine with us during this, the hour of 11 a.m.
That's preposterous, absurd. Mimosas, eggs Benedict aren't fit for the likes of those uncultured swine.
Servant boy,
Yes, ma'am.
please take the liberty of showing those riffraff out back and popping a cap in their collective asses.
Right away, ma'am. Chapter 3. TERF. Definition. An abbreviation for Trans-Exclusionary Radical Feminists. A TERF holds no sensible views on the roles those of trans pedigree play in the plight of gender equality. Brutish and malinformed, these individuals subscribe to the ancient philosophical idea of equality for all, except what I think is icky, lol.
I know. Preposterous alterations from the scallywag Lady Raymond to second-wave feminism that doesn't exist yet because this whole bit is taking place in the 1800s.
One might even call her radical because of her views. May there be a better term for the detest other than scallywag, Baroness Amelia.
Perhaps. How about feminism appropriating radical transphobe? A farce, if you will.
For something this rotten in the state of Denmark, surely there is something more becoming of how they exclude women such as ourselves.
What about a TERF? A trans-exclusionary radical feminist?
Splendid. Turf it is, though.
What?
I'd wager a fart does sound better.
And finally, Chapter 4. Tucking. Definition. An ancient art form used by those in possession of the feminine penis, or master blaster, to sheathe its appearance from those who would be taken in by its allure. Usually pulled back to lay against the gaunch, it can be held in place with the use of tape, tactically placed underwear, or sheer power of wit.
No.
What?
No, I'm not doing dick jokes. Whatever it is you think you're doing, I'm not going along with this.
Yeah, I'm out too. We're better than this.
But, come on, just like one urinal joke. It'll be fun.
No.
But,
Fuck this, I'm going to church.
oh, fuck. Well, yes. That's today's riveting episode of Transplaining featuring the cast of Tranifesto. Join us next time where we will answer more questions like why don't trans men skip leg day? And at what age do bisexuals gain the power of levitation? And as always, this is Madeline Hops. Peace out, bitches. Welcome to this week's episode of Tranifesto, where I learned to stop worrying and love bad representation. I, as usual, am one of your hosts, Madeline Hops. I am joined today by...
I am Amelia Blair.
Ooh.
And
Ooh.
I don't have anything else to say. But...
E-Thought.
Professional E-Thought, Amelia Blair.
Professional E-Thought. I don't really have a resume to share with you.
And Ree Carter. I'm over here.
Yeah.
I exist.
Ree Carter, over there.
I feel like
over
I
there.
exist, and that's fine.
Yeah, that's perfect.
We're so good at podcasting.
Oh, we're the best. Honestly, the McElroy brothers need to watch out. God, no. I'm going to cut that. Anyway.
It's a loosey-goosey one today.
Yeah, we're not fully here, folks.
Yeah, sorry, just to bring you a brief catch up here. One of us was involved in a car accident, and so we're a bit loopy. We also would like to apologize if the audio quality is a bit weird today. Because of the car accident, we don't actually have a car to go get our normal equipment that we've been learning to use. So we've kind of sponged everything together using some old live performance mics and a lapel mic that Ree has hooked up to another computer because our computer doesn't have enough inputs for it.
And it's going to be great.
It's going to be the best show we've ever recorded, hands down. And before we get to that, hey Ree.
Madeline?
I think we went and saw a movie last night, did we?
Yeah, so the theme of this today's episode is anime and all things about it.
Content warning.
Yeah,
Content warning anime.
So two out of the three people here are kind of weebs. Actually,
Yeah.
one of us is kind of a weeb, and one of us is a huge weeb.
I think we have about 2 weebs between us.
All right, two collective weebs.
I'm about 4% weeb at most.
Okay, question. How long until there's a Medium article about how weeb is problematic?
Oh my god. Well, what was it before weeb? What did we have?
Oh, because
You gotta spell it with an asterisk
we
for one of the E's.
it's
weeb plus.
weeaboo with a plus at the end.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, because it was. Remember Perry Bible Fellowship?
Yes,
That's what it was
one.
from, and it was because originally it was just a dumb joke from there that had nothing to do with anime, and then 4chan started.
Ah, God bless the Chans.
Oh, that was a lot of my 8th.
Look, we all
through
spent
10th
time on the
grade.
Chan boards.
Yeah, we were there.
Yeah. All right.
Oh, yeah.
So anyway, last night me and Madeline went to go see.
I wasn't invited.
Yeah, no, just don't worry. We did you a favor.
Yeah,
Just-
no, you didn't miss anything.
Yeah.
So we went to go see Alita Battle Angel, which I think I love it.
So for the record, our daughter loved it, but
It's very comfortable in that realm of visually stunning but dumb as rocks.
So what is this movie?
yeah.
It's,
So the
it's an interpretation of a manga and I guess a show anime.
yeah, I would love to give kind of a synopsis of this.
Please do.
I will.
Please do.
I will try my best, but in all disclosure, and I watched this movie, I was totally sober. I have very little idea of what actually happened. This was done by Robert Rodriguez, by the way, who made some of my favorite movies of all time. Not Spy Kids, even though that's an awesome movie.
I think her name is Michelle Rodriguez now.
Oh, is it Michelle? No.
Okay, it was made by Robert Rodriguez, but also was the lead writer on it is James Cameron, which is weird because it has some of the worst writing I have ever seen in a movie in years.
Yeah, my attention span did not go on for this film because the problem is that the storyline is convoluted. It features a cyborg girl who fell from a sky world or sky floating city into a trash hovel. Who's the actor that finds her?
Christoph
Waltz.
Christoph Waltz.
Yeah, so great Christoph Waltz. Finds her, puts her in this really cool body that apparently he built for his daughter that died, apparently. And she is some advanced cyborg race from Mars, and she fights. They basically have crowdsourced hunting of android robots.
Yeah, they have you sign up to go as a bounty hunter.
Yeah, it's like Uber for killing robots.
And then they're also in like the sports league, which is like basically like super hyper violent robot roller derby.
Yeah, so I mean, like, we're not gonna get too much into it, but basically robots fighting robots, people, dystopian future.
Okay.
It's a terrible movie and you missed nothing. But here's the thing: it had really great visuals. That was cool. But I think the argument could be made there was some trans themes in there. Ree, if you'd like to.
Yeah, so there's no actual there's nothing actually queer in here, but there was like one bit that made me giggle where so there's the main girl who's like all cyborg and she doesn't have any memories, but she's all like just a human brain inside of a bunch of like high tech gear, and then she starts having a romantic interest with this like just shitty dude, like, and they start having a thing, and then there's like this one part where like after they're like really a thing, and then the guy's friends like and then like the girl's like, what is your problem? It's like, I just don't get the whole dating a hard body thing, which is their term for cyborgs. And then they're having like a romantic moment, and it's like just and they're, is it okay, if I'm not totally human? And it's like, it's okay. We've
all had that conversation.
You're the most human person I've ever met. And like me and Madeline both looked at each other. It's like, okay, I get it.
Well, and like even too, like he like spoiler alert, but he like gets his head chopped off.
Yeah, and then like a few scenes later, he gets like beat up and then gets turned into a cyborg.
Yeah.
Himself. So
and there's the whole thing too where like
she like cracked his egg.
Yeah, cracked his egg.
Got you by sleeping with him. Okay.
Yeah, and there's even a part where she goes into a spaceship and finds like a body that was built by her people from Mars, and so there's the literal she's in the wrong body sort of thing.
She's like, this one is made for me. Like I'm not who I am until I'm in this body.
Yeah, and even when she puts a body on, it like conforms to her body shape, and just like it becomes
it's becoming her subconscious representation of herself.
So yeah, Alita Battle Angel.
We're 100% projecting, but we thought that was very funny.
Yeah.
So.
Everything is trans to you, Ree.
Well, also, like, again, keep in mind...
She thinks Oops All Berries cereal has something to do with the loss of testicles.
Nanolan is trans.
Here's
Mona is a trans queen, and we stand.
All trans people love terrible, like, sci-fi movies, like, because this is very much like Jupiter Ascending, which is trans culture. Valerian and the City of a Thousand Planets, very, very similar, which is canon to Fifth Element, which is trans culture. Yeah. Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace, I think, is in this genre, which is trans culture. Mm-hmm. So
is it? I'll agree with that.
Yeah.
So Sith Lords are what? Are they the Huns on the message boards?
Oh God.
I mean, what's more cyberpunk than biohacking your gender?
Exactly.
That is true. Yeah. Didn't the Cyberpunk video game coming out, like there was some controversy because you lose points if you change your gender, even though it's an option in the game?
I don't know.
I mean, that's kind of realistic.
Yeah, that's true. Just like real life.
I lost a lot of points.
If you play the game, the doctor comes up and just like, I need you to sign these forms before you go.
You're playing on hard mode now.
But I mean, like, there's something sort of sci-fi about being trans.
Yeah.
I want cyborg genitals.
Wait.
like a robo vag.
So
with like
what would the difference
extra features?
Okay, this is what I want to get into. What are these extra features? Please, elaborate.
All LED undercarriage.
Okay.
All leather interior.
Wait, like adjustable heating.
That would be nice.
So it can be really warm. It can be cold. You don't need that like weird sticky lube to get the tingly sensation.
It's temperature controlled. Gotcha.
Bluetooth compatibility.
You can change the texture.
Yeah, no, that would be good. What else? It has CarPlay, so you can play your iPod in there. That'd be cool. Yeah, okay.
You can call an Uber.
Oh shit, we moved locations. Quick, put your dick in so we can change the drop-off point.
It's like you can upload stories.
You get blackout drunk, you go on your Snapchat, you're like, what did I do last weekend?
Thank you. This is the pitch for my new startup. Give me VC
Stories
money,
enabled
please.
vaginas.
Give me VC money, and by that I mean vagina.
Yeah, it comes with free Amazon Prime as well, so you get free one-day dicking. All right.
Vagina capital.
You get like a 30-day Spotify free trial.
It just keeps playing lo-fi hip-hop. I don't understand. Moving on. This week...
We're talking about a thing we watched, I guess.
Yeah, so...
Probably.
Yeah, well, hopefully we're going to get to the actual main beef of the episode, which is, it might be a little short. But this week we decided to take a bit of a detour from our normal thing of watching movies and move on to other things, because this is about queer representation in media. Yes, we will be getting to some other colors on the flag, but for now, as we're kind of getting our bearings, we're going to do some focus on trans, and we decided to, content warning, move on to anime. And this week we watched one of actually my favorite shows.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Our favorite show of that season, definitely.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we say favorite show. Who knows what'll happen in season 2? Please, season 2 come out. The show is Zombieland Saga, a great anime out of Japan. I mean, as all animes come. Just as a brief kind of synopsis, it came out last year, aired between October and December, and featured 12 episodes. The premise of the show being that there are 7 girl zombies, some girls.
Are they girl zombies, though?
Makes you think. Thanks, Stefan Molyneux.
Here's my Twitter thread.
Oh, God.
I am the angry anime watcher.
So
.youtube.com.
God. So basically, this show kind of focuses on a girl named Sakura, as all animes do. There's always a girl named Sakura. Now that I say this out loud, go watch Card Captors after this.
Anime is good.
Yeah, I
I'm
know.
surprised none of us are named Sakura.
Straight talk. Like, that was on my short list, and then I thought it was a terrible idea.
Are you allowed to get dunked for cultural appropriation if you
pick the
transition
name?
into a name that?
Yeah, I mean, my last name is Zaitsev, and I almost went with Anastasia, but we decided that was too stripperish.
I think
that one was a freebie.
the discourse would just implode.
Yeah.
Trying to have that conversation.
So yeah, it features a girl, Sakura, who at the very beginning of the show is hit by a car, and then wakes up as a zombie with a bunch of other girls, who most of whom wake up eventually. They're all kind of state. I don't know what state to call that in zombie other than just.
They're like
There were zombies.
they're like hungover.
Yeah.
But they're conscious.
We've all been there.
Yeah, it was The Hangover Part 69. And so they wake up, and they're
Put on a little makeup.
I'm hungover.
Oh God, we all are. There is Kotaro, who's the maniac producer, who has apparently brought them all back to life. I guess he's also the necromancer. And he's decided to save the prefecture of Saga in Japan by resurrecting a localized idol group using all the girls. And that's
So they're like pop idols.
Exactly, yeah, pop idol zombies.
But also they're like not supposed to be zombies, so they're wearing fancy makeup so they don't look like zombies.
So that's kind of the running joke of the show too, is that it's just like hiding that.
Well, the fact that there's
Well, the
zombies
makeup
is pretty.
really good. Like, they are not clockable.
Yeah, this is... No, wait, no, let's explore this. This entire show is about being clocked. So, yeah.
What is a trans person but
Clocked
a zombie?
is a zombie.
Yeah, exactly. This is who I am, Mom. So, yeah, that's the basic premise of it. Couple episodes, not very long. If you ever get a chance, just watch it. It's, again, an amazing show on its own merits.
Especially, anime, even, funny anime almost never makes me laugh out loud. But this one, the writing
it's funny.
is so perfect.
Yeah.
I only saw 3 episodes today, but it was good. It was fun.
Yeah, and, watch it subbed.
We'll watch more.
Yeah, watch it subbed as well. I know this isn't, an elitist thing, but, the voice acting in the Japanese version is really, really fucking funny. And it's so good.
If you watch anything with dubs, I will come to your house and kill you.
Yeah, no, if you listen to this podcast, we do get your address. Great show, watch it. But, as with all things we review on the show, it did have some trans themes. So, let's kind of...
Specifically, episode 9?
Episode 8. Yeah, episode 8, Go Go Neverland Saga. So,
Yes.
Amy, do you want to kind of give a brief overview?
So Lily, who is the smallest member of the idol group, and the cutest.
Adorable.
Not the best girl, but the
Well,
cutest.
this will be another fight for another day.
Winds up seeing her father, who is a very, very large boy,
It's a big
large
boy.
man,
Respect our large fathers.
our large dad, shows up because he recognizes her. And then she has all these flashbacks to her pre-zombie past. in which we find out how she died.
Yes. Thank you. Yeah, no, that's a good segue. So, Lily, as it turns out, right?
So she was her and her father bonded over television. So then she decided to become a child actress. And that created a rift between her and her father where they started to become distant as a result of
Because he was like
the
a
work.
intense manager and just
Yeah, he's also just a human.
totally lost sight of the actual daughter in favor of the persona that she played on TV.
Exactly.
The man's also like a human tank. Like, Lily in this show is...
No, he is enormous.
It's a big boy.
She is very
He's
small.
an absolute unit. Total chungus.
Big boy.
Oh, absolutely.
So anyway, Lily starts having some distress over aging because Lily is trans and starts to experience some pretty severe dysphoria.
Pretty
to the point
severe dysphoria.
Where,
Yeah.
after looking in the mirror, finds her first facial hair and just dies right on the spot.
Just drops dead. Which happened to me.
We should all be so lucky.
No, exactly. I think we've all been there, just staring in the mirror, just like, what the no!
And she literally like just falls over dead.
Yeah. So she literally dies from dysphoria. And we learn about this as she is telling this to her...
To Sakura.
Yeah, to Sakura, who is like surprised, obviously, because I think that part of it is that this is like the most feminine character, like the smallest, like most childlike feminine character.
Most adorable.
Yeah, so it comes as a surprise to the other characters who wouldn't have encountered
known.
this. Especially because, keep in mind, most of the characters are like are significantly older than her, like either from like the 90s or before. So none of them would have really had much to say about that.
Yeah, and I mean, like, it was brought up in a way, which is, again, this is a very interesting thing that we're bringing up this show. I'll be honest, I don't watch a ton of anime. I mean, I've watched the essentials for the most part, not Naruto. Please, nobody at me. I'm not watching that godforsaken show.
Oh,
I've never
and also-
seen an anime.
You've never seen an anime?
Yeah, what is
Also,
an anime?
once Evangelion is coming to Netflix soon, and we're going to do episodes on that
God
because
damn it.
Oh Christ.
Shinji is trans.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
At
well,
me.
okay. I'm going to be on the other side of the
So,
country by then.
anyways, so they're doing that, and then I think it's really cool how they handle it, because I personally think that they handled it like better than anything I've ever seen. I think I've seen some trans people say that they didn't like this one specific aspect, but the Saki, the best girl, who is a like biker from like the 80s or 90s or whatever, I think the 90s.
Yeah, I think it was 90s.
But yeah, she's like led a motorcycle gang, and she just immediately starts laughing because of just, again, by like the surprise of that, but also how butch and macho
dead name
Lily's
was, yeah.
dead name was.
And we're not saying her dead name on this show. It's
Yeah,
not
No, of
happening.
course
we
not.
respect. But also, I feel like just getting drunk and sharing your dead names is a very, very trans experience.
I think we all did that in a
Yeah.
graveyard with a small
Oh,
keg
yes,
of
we
beer.
did.
Yeah.
that was a great bonding experience.
So that is, even though like obviously like I get why people would think that sucks that they're immediately laughing. It's like one that just makes sense for the character, because she goes on to immediately like defending her like 5 minutes later. So
The line she used was like, it doesn't matter what junk she has, Lily is Lily.
yeah.
Also, too, just a side note and a call out here, Lily is also the name of, the woman from the Danish Girl.
Coincidence?
Well, it's good representation because there are a lot of trans girls named Lily.
It's
Yeah.
true.
I think Lily's up there with Tara, Alice, and
Willow.
No, that's a good one.
Amy.
Jessica's.
Madeline.
Violet.
Yeah.
Name one other trans girl with Madeline. Also, if you're a Madeline listening to this show, at me. I need to know if there's more of you.
So basically, all of them interact with it in their own way. Like the character who is like really rough and makes fun of everybody like laughs, but then goes on to defending her in a crude way. Was it Ugiri?
Yugiri.
Yugiri.
Who is my favorite girl.
Yeah,
just for the
Yugiri
record.
goes on and like starts like wondering. It's like takes that and goes to a existential question, because she's like, it's like how can any of us be any gender, because we're zombies, like, what is
gender
exactly
anyway?
Yeah, especially to a zombie. I mean,
Especially to a pop idol.
never mind the zombies. Just to pop idols. And it is really good. Like, and again, like, I can get the idea of like why trans girls may not have liked the way that
Saki?
Saki.
It was mean.
It was mean,
But
it's also accurate, and that's the point I want to get to.
Yeah, sometimes you have mean friends.
And that's the thing. It's like, it's not right, and it's not. I'm not here to tell you that you should respond this way, because like Lily's character was obviously not happy with the whole her being laughed at and stuff like that. But it was, I thought, a fairly accurate representation of the way that some people do it, which is just like to make a joke of the thing. Again, not right, and it can be very cruel and damaging. But it was fairly accurate. The part that I liked is that when they went to talk to a manager, because they're like, well, does he know about this? He goes, yeah, of course I know. He's like, and he immediately goes, that's Lily. Doesn't matter what her name was, it's Lily. And then like calls them all idiots. Oh, is it? No, he calls the rest of them her dead name and says, there, you're the guy now. And
you're the guy, I'm Lily, get out of my office.
Yeah, exactly, you morons.
Yeah, like she's textually explicitly trans.
Yeah.
And they are kind to her in the text.
Yeah.
They, like, it's not played off as a bad thing or even really as a trauma.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
it's just part of her character.
Yeah, it was played off as a funny quirk, which is like what it should be, and everybody's going to interact with that in a different way.
Her issues had nothing to do with her being trans. It was that her dad was like wound up being emotionally distant.
Yeah, because she had specific like bad family issues, but
it had nothing to do with her transition.
Yeah,
I mean, obviously, like, I guess dysphoria did literally give her a heart attack.
And her dad was dead naming her like beforehand, which also sucks. But then also, when they meet again in the future, he like doesn't.
Yeah. But it's not about like to me in the show. It wasn't about, or anything that we review. It's not about creating a world in which it's the most ideal situation for a trans person. It's like, is this accurate to things? And what I liked most about it is that Zombieland Saga, at its heart, other than being a comedy and like a really good, the music in it's fantastic, by the way. If you get a chance, just go on YouTube and listen to some of the tracks. I especially recommend the hip hop track.
Fuck yeah.
The diss track, it's episode 2, fucking great. The entire show is framed in the sense of absurdism. So, again, it's zombies being pop idols, which is absolutely ridiculous, and it's a weird concept. And they've taken this thing, and I felt they handled it well in that context, which is just like, this is a person who is trans. This is kind of elements of their backstory. It's not all consuming. Their whole struggle is not the fact they're trans. It is a part of them combined with other parts of it, like, the way that the dad interacts or the way that the girls find out.
Sort of another thing that they talk about is how she likes to be a zombie because it means she doesn't age and so doesn't go through puberty.
Yeah, which is like, for me, like, I got that part because it's like,
what year is this? They have HRT, but
yeah.
It's kind of cute.
It is cute, and it's also like, it kind of speaks to the fact that like a lot of us, I think all three of us didn't transition in our teens, so like it's, we never got that, and like there's a part in the back
I was
of my
19. Does that count?
Well, you know what? I hate you.
Sorry.
I love you. No, but like I never got to be a teenage girl going through stuff. My clothing and attire sometimes suggest otherwise, and I'm still going through it. But I never got that part. And for her, where she's like, I never wanted to grow up to kind of be that thing, was kind of oddly symbolic. And it's not an overriding thought, but it's certainly a passing thought that comes in transition. I never got that opportunity. And she kind of saw it, and the moment that she saw her fucking beard coming out, she just fucking keeled over.
Yeah, so basically the moral of the story is, let kids have puberty blockers, otherwise they will die.
Yeah.
In front of a mirror.
For the love of Christ, Graham Linner, whatever the fuck your name is, if you somehow listen to this show, you dumb fuck. It's blockers. It's reversible. You can go suck what's left of my dick. I hate you so goddamn much.
So, yeah, when this came out, one thing I remember is the usual just terrible... Like, anime brings out the worst in people. I don't know what it is.
Wait, what? I thought the anime community was wholesome.
Yeah, I thought the guys...
And kind and feminist.
No, even good anime fans are terrible. All of them. I disavow all of you.
I think that third wave feminism actually emerged from anime.
Yeah, third wave feminism...
from the anime community. And from weeaboos in general, they all thought, wow, we should really invent intersectionality.
Third wave feminism came when basically Berkeley University introduced Mountain Dew Code Red to their vending machines.
They're putting chemicals in the dew. They're turning the kids feminist.
They're turning the feminists to weeps.
But
yeah, keep going.
Anyways, So the usual, like, just scum of the earth came out and content warning, transphobic slurs. They were like, oh, it's a trap. Oh, she's a trap or whatever. And then immediately just started making a whole thing about it. And then also, but then also, you know, because people started talking about how there was a trans character in it, a lot of trans people who hadn't been watching the show started watching the show. So the same people who were like being transphobic also got like upset that there was a bunch of like lefty trans girls entering their space,
invading their spaces,
invading their safe space because. And like pulling the whole, it's like, shouldn't you like watch something because it's good? Why are you watching something just because it has, you know, a specific minority group in it? And it's like, which is something that if you say if you've like if you have absolutely nothing interesting about you that you like want to see in other things. So yeah, there was just days and days and days of discourse and like.
It's fucking annoying because it's just this is why we can't have nice fucking things.
This became like the Stalingrad of the culture war.
You're right. This is where the tide was turned back against the right wing anime Nazis.
Yeah.
Anime profile pic Nazis. Which is funny because it's like that's one of the worst things about the whole anime like weeaboo crowd is that there's so many of these really good shows that are all like, you know, girl power, like all about chosen family and like, you know, having like, and, you know, girls doing girl stuff and overcoming obstacles together that these like garbage people watch. But then like the moment that it crosses over into like anything remotely like ideological, they throw a fit, even though it is like, it's 9 times out of 10 something that is completely like tonally consistent with what the show's already been.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of like the idea is just like what art made for the male gaze sort of idea. Like, there's a lot of like...
No, that's like, I don't watch enough anime to critique it, but it's certainly, even anime that is progressive is often still sexualized and still presented for the male gaze.
Yeah, like
in some sense.
Like, I mean, and you could make critiques about this in the show, and this is not the podcast for that. But like, you know, there's points where there's like close up of like, you know, Sakura, who's basically a teenage girl, and like rather large breasts, and the way that her
many titties, so much legs, skirts that are like 4 millimeters below your
like,
pussy.
I think this show is a lot better than other ones. Like I don't. I think that. It's more like I think with this show in particular, I think it's more just the tropes, them using the tropes that already exist rather than like catering. It's more them just not consciously moving away from them. Because like a more obvious example would be like the other one we watched on the Kobayashi Dragon Maid.
Oh yeah,
which again has like, you know, great girl power themes, great like chosen family, like good feels, but is also has some like really nasty male gaze
and like we won't spend too much time on this, but like
that's just the first example that came bad.
And I mean like it's anime does kind of get into that area where it's and a lot of media male gaze, but
well it's good that they're making anime that features trans people, because a lot of trans people watch anime.
Well, it's featuring trans people in a way that
that's a market
that is like not problematic, because usually like
true, there's some representation already.
Yeah, there's lots and lots and lots of trans people in anime. It's just almost always we have to grit our teeth and like just enjoy it through, like project onto it pretty hard to make it not super uncomfortable.
And for the record, trans people still own Ranma 1/2. Just
that was a very formative. That was very.
We own that.
See, that's the one thing that Blanchard was right about. Anime did turn me trans.
Yeah, it did turn
that was Blanchard, right?
Yeah, that was Blanchard's take. Is that like anime turns people trans, and also that like the goth and emo population has declined with the rise of the trans population, and therefore all the former emo kids have now moved on to the new counterculture.
Makes you think, doesn't it?
Hey, I feel called out, actually.
Genital reconstruction.
Yeah, we went from, like, striped arm warmers to fucking genital reconstruction.
Yeah, okay, awesome. So, like, obviously he's wrong, but also, who among us can...
Heartbreaking news. Worst person you know makes a valid point. And finally, moving on to the last question that we ask at all of the end of our shows. The only question.
The penultimate question.
Yeah. How do they get the caramel inside the caramel bar? I still want to know that. Can anybody answer that question?
Well, when a man and a woman love each other very much.
So they put their dick inside the bar. Excellent. This is exactly
Why does it have to be a man and a woman?
Okay.
The girl fills the man with caramel.
Is this good representation? Not the caramel bar, but is this show? Is Zombieland Saga?
If there's any man out there who wants me to make them into a cream egg, hit me up.
Slide into my DMs.
It's my Tinder bio.
Is this good representation? Fuck.
I think so. I think that the Zombieland Saga is probably in anime the best representation I've seen, handled in the best way. Like that, and didn't really require any projection to make it not problematic.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Like, it was cute.
Yeah.
And pretty good in terms of, like, sensitivity and how it approached it. And it was fun.
Yeah, I mean,
I recommend it. Not bad.
Yeah, not bad. It's a good scale. Yeah, it's a fun show. Like, honestly, like, nothing's worse than having good representation and shitty writing, with the rest of it's just being boring. But the entire show is hilarious from the fact they made, like, a commercial for a KFC, Japanese KFC, to Biker Wars. It's pretty much got everything. It literally, the only thing it's missing is that probably giant robot battles, but season 2, hopefully. I thought it was great. It's probably going to be one of my favorite shows. I am genuinely going to go out and buy this on DVD just so I can own this in my collection. I would say this is a pretty important piece of trans culture, oddly enough. I personally like things that are in the world of absurdism, so I'm biased in this regards. Anything that incorporates comedy.
What was absurd about that?
Well, the absurdism of the entire... except for the entire premise of the show. Which also, too, so oddly enough...
I thought it was pretty normal.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Have you yourself been part of a Japanese zombie idol group?
I am a zombie. I just wear a lot of concealer under my eyes.
Oh, that's fair. That's fair. Okay. No, I kind of get the whole point of just, like, makeup tricks men now. I get it. I get it.
Yeah, that's the secret about hormone replacement therapy, is that it does kill you.
Yeah.
It does kill you.
Slowly on the inside.
Yeah, no, like I flirt with guys and they take me home and then they wake up and they realize they slept with the undead.
And you've turned them into a cranberry cream egg.
Am I a necrophilia? What does this mean? I didn't think she was dead.
See,
she looked alive to me. How could I have known? She tricked me.
Yeah.
I was trapped.
I feel dead on the inside too. So
it's not so much. Yeah, the trans panic defense. It's not so much that you kill them after they kill somebody after they feel like they've been trapped. It's that they have to kill them again and again and sever the head from the body with a machete.
Yeah, aim for the head wasn't a reference to the genitals. It was actually a shot to the head.
That was too dark. That joke was too dark. I don't like
too
that.
dark.
Yeah,
I
apologize for that. I take that back.
Oh God. All right, so
We
Zombieland.
find the line and we step over it.
Yeah.
That's what we do on this show.
This is what this show is about. It's integrity and line stepping and Cadbury jokes. Please, I want a partnership with Cadbury now.
Today's episode brought to you by Cadbury.
Wonderful. So that brings us to the end of the show. Thank you all again for joining us. It was very hard to produce this episode this week. Again, apologies if the audio quality is a bit tweaky.
I'm not sorry.
No, this is actually just how Amy sounds.
Sorry, not sorry.
Hashtag not sorry. We will try to do better next week.
Be fucking grateful.
Yeah. We're not that popular yet. Please scale it back. In the meantime, as always, I'm Madeline Hops. You can get me at rabbit_is_dead. This week I'm working on shit posting at 3 a.m. because that's just how I roll. I should also be releasing some video game art soon, so if y'all see that, please just tell me how I can make it better. Also,
I am Amy. On Twitter, I am at Lavender Ashtray. I don't really make anything. I just post.
Yeah, no.
I do a lot of posting.
Yeah, no, it's quality posting, though.
Tons of posting.
Yeah.
Born to post.
Terminally online.
Born to post, forced to podcast.
And I'm Recarter at Recarter, and I'm completely dead inside. So don't worry about it.
Yeah, enjoy The Living Dead. Be a zombie
I
with
can't
the...
even tell with all that makeup.
Yeah.
It's...
You look so alive.
No, please stop chewing my leg. Perfect. And thank you all again for joining us this week. We're just making this just under the deadline. We'll see you all again in about 2 weeks. Remember, just because it's bad doesn't mean it isn't good. Find what you enjoy, and we'll see you all soon. Thanks again. Bye.
Bye.